Welcome to an episode of At Disclosure. This is your host, 7 6, and apparently day of the week now. Oh, come here, Arma. Psst, 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 psst. Come here, girl. You gonna be famous. Psst, 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 psst. I got some nice ham inside if you come through. Psst, 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 psst. She don't ever listen. Boy, she listens. She tends to purr. And I was asked before, why do you like kids? By Tall, Blonde, and Gorgeous. Jennifer Aniston Benedict, 6'9", she had a 101 range. She sounded little now. She has a lot now. Oh, being a bigger banking center, I'm not even playing when you take your breaks in there. If you use the restroom, freaking as soon as you open the door, that's it. It's a unisex stall, and that's it. Freaking that's it. It's your breaks is based on a medical emergency. You got to go in there to excuse yourself. Come here, kitty. Let's see, we convince her. So you about freaking just clarifying things. It's a shame, freaking some still with that mentality, even on good days. I hope you die. I hope you lose your job. I hope you get fired, and you will be stabbed. I should have used a tail. It's like, how bad is it that caused you to think that way, turn on me, and convince others that it was someone else, or just, you know, you think of Marco back in 82nd Airborne, you think of Stolen Valor. Even if it's just an IED where his Humvee went under, fucking flipped it over, and as a result, having developed survivor guilt. You know what I'm trying to tell you, freaking. That's what I wonder, freaking. That's something you couldn't take it out of him, and you got to think of the many times he's jumped. Pitch black sky. It's freaking having a piss blood for like a week. And I current Christopher Martin, 19 kilo, 10-year Army tanker, just like Berkey Ball. The only difference is half of, of of the time he was in there, which is it's about average, and it consists of 20%, believe it or not, of the organization known as G4 Rescue Solution. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Bank Camp Johnny Sandoval, when we first got him in, he was all wondering, well, what this is for, or what is this exactly? One of my understandings starting when it was during the merger of the Wack and Hut Corporation, G4 Secure Solution, so it's Wack and Hut G4 Secure Solution in Vegas, is that attracting the best. We attract the best, and that makes sense because of the people I worked with. I guarantee you, when I told you right there earlier about 20-year, Army tanker, the 20-year, Navy MP, the freaking, it's where you deserve to be. To be honest with you, you you make it as good or as bad, but you're gonna enjoy what you're doing based on the fact that you're in your you paid your dues, and being told that, just like it looks good on your resume, it would make you wonder if I would have told you that this was a necessity here in the state of Arizona, that there it is to be a BPO CPO. You'd have to be law enforcement or military, and especially here in Arizona, it has to be arms combat, and such as MP, infantry, or special forces. So it's the special forces group, which consists of the seven branches uh, or the seven of the four armed forces. Well, now it extends upwards, but at one plus are your standard four armed forces that you got to choose from, and you can qualify for having two MOSs if the standard position is a rifleman, such as a Marine. That there's already standard, and I would say it's the equivalent of infantry, to be honest with you. If you had to join, and that's pretty smart because you can rank up immediately. So if you want to get into, let's say the FBI, a smart thing to do is join the Air Force. And I explained this before. in my prior channels. You could go into the Air Force. You're gonna go in also as an officer if you go in with college. That's what most people do. That they go in there with their college educated. They get promoted and they do a life to freaking just they convince you they need you that much as you need them. But if you can muster that much into your resume or as much, because you think about it, you don't want to do something that you don't want to do. You don't want to be in there where they're not. You feel unappreciated. And it happens. Someone younger or just some of the mistakes to freaking everyone just because you're at war. Believe it or not, even if it's internally. That's why every major structure throughout world history has ended within its own effing structure now. Or you think of the fall of Rome. The freaking uh, Bonaparte. For instance, that's just how it is. Freaking if Alexander the Great, there's another megalomaniac, quote unquote. But don't just trying to clarify things. It's unfortunate to have to know some great people, and you tell yourself, man, look at this. A weekend, we could go out shooting, we go eat somewhere, and someone with that mentality, it's just difficult because that makes me wonder. I could go out there, I could go set up the targets to freaking all of a sudden, being the target of someone for the most insignificant of things. That's why when I go back and I watch those videos, I'm just like, damn, man, I must have been dehydrated. Among other things, recuperation as a parent. But if I had to leave it to one thing, it is clearly dehydration or probably not hydrating myself enough of the proper type of liquids now. Or so give me a second there while I hydrate better now. Or you have no idea how good it is to be home. And things have changed. I should have known better even since vacationing back here when we used to live on 27th Avenue in San Miguel, or right here in between the 17th and 27th Avenue. Southbound from here is San Miguel, south of Bethany and 27th Avenue. And just a few houses eastbound, you'd see us, you recognize some vehicles, whether it's a Crown Victoria, whether it's a Dodge Grand Caravan 2001, whether it's a green 1976 Ford Ranger XLT extended uh, long bed. This having a custom 390 custom manual uh, engine on it, as well as transmission, and a 1994 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. You know, to freaking what else can we remember from living there? Some of the vehicles, a bunch of other vehicles, but freaking freaking it's good to be home. Even my sister had caught their place on the other side of San Miguel, as well as Miguel, one of my boys, Beltron. We call Miguel B. That's how I should have kept. Bad habit. I could always change this up if he's not comfortable. For the most part, it's probably gonna change. So freaking. We had gone to his house once because he only lived a few houses westbound from Wicked and my sister Natty, the Natty Peg, Sparks of Bluntstone. Oh, hopefully she is well. She's one of my favorite persons in the world. I enjoy company. A lot of times, me and her would just be out here, and I just remind her of the good things. The good times when at one point her and Wicked were a couple, and they had raised a family, and the girls can be the happiest little girls. That's why I sometimes wonder if they really, one of them, really does have autism. Eh, you know, if she is an Aspie, one of the characteristics is she's always smiley, always happy, always high on life and positive no matter what. I am grateful. Yes, I am. You know, During Thanksgiving, she always come through with the latest, newest song that she learned off Orangewood. Uh, And I'll tell my sisters, hey man, you guys gotta get those girls out of there, you know. But they didn't care. They had faith, and it didn't matter if you're an American citizen. You know, maybe you're not like them. Maybe there's a certain difference. But I wouldn't see any different. I mean, I look at my nieces. Even earlier today, I told my brother this realization when I wash my hands. You know, I'm pouring, well, obviously cold water when I wash my hands, and I look at my hands to freaking still holding on to this ring. You know, and the water's running through my hands, and I'm just like, man, I need to get more sun. Well, you know, I'm starting to resemble uncooked chicken. But, you know, I tell myself, man, in business, you know, perception is reality. You know, you are perceived as trustworthy if you are lighter. And it's unfortunate because, look at this, when I was at College Park Center, there was this loss prevention officer by the name of Eric, and he called my brother Big Boy out of respect. And thinking back now, because of the Air Force One song with Nelly and his crew there, Big Boy, you know, out of respect to the fat boy. And he doesn't mind, but out of respect, you know, it's your intentions. My intention to respect you because you're his brother and you've respected me for the most part now. Oh, so we had two black male adults go inside this one store at a shopping center called College Park Center in North Las Vegas, which is Lake Mead and Civic Center. And right next to the Wells Fargo, but before that, it was a place of desolation. There's barely any stores. The only major breadwinners was probably just like El Super, Falas. The barbershop was steady. Uh, that clothing store too, because it catered to the neighborhoods around there. There was two clothing stores there as well as Falas and this 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 they this this tailor this tailor this tailor made store in there. You could get your uniform hemmed. You know, you could adjust. You could adjust all your suits there, or you could just what else they have in there. But you would think this place here is scheduled for detonation eventually if it doesn't produce any money. You could just imagine how how broke North Las Vegas was at one point until my arrival. To be honest with you, because I understand my worth even before that, but I'm not arrogant about it because I'm just doing my job, and it didn't matter to me. But things are under control, and I had reached out to Louis Acevedo and Electi. It's funny because I saw one of my cousins, Karina, Karina Slav, Slavic, Karina Slav. Uh, and believe it or not, they're streaking about. I'm trying to remember if it's between like 17 or 27 different Mennonite tribes stemming from Russia. And yeah, man, even before, so I got several uploads that I haven't uploaded yet, and I'll stick the date on there, but so I get a discount. Might as well just throw it in there if it's gonna be. Oh man, freaking! Might have to go on a break pretty soon. Uh, like I was saying, freaking. Oh, all right, that's all I remember now. So freaking two black male adults are going to the store, and basically bring prosperity to the land. Freaking. You know your worth, and you stay on top of it. It's really nothing. Freaking. There's desperate people that'll do desperate things, and I had reached out to Louis Acevedo, customer manager, client manager over at Gold Level, and I told him, this year's gonna definitely expand your horizon for some fact that there's several bank accountants out there that start a business, and you're gonna meet more people. You're gonna meet more people in a day than a person does in a month. So you got to think about that, consider that as a name brand. So just like any public figure, your conduct's gonna matter when someone's considering making a purchase. So I had elected U.S. Steven Hilger. I gotta go back and edit because I did reach out to him over at Striker, and it's unfortunate, uh, you know, being able to get a hold of Elia Baseas. Uh, Damn, just mentioning her name, makes my gums uh, feel. How can I put this? You know how you have a decaying tooth, and it is sensitive. Even if I had a freaking brush my tongue above my teeth now, oh, but I know the solution now. I think that name might have been borrowed from prior business trade now. Oh, I thought about it, freaking, and I was honest with her. I didn't want to admit to her. I don't think I have anything, because I did tell her, uh, that one thing you never want to do is admit to anything, even if you have post traumatic growth. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So me admitting this to her in the trailer outside this newly constructed facility in Chandler, right there on Fry Road, and the 202 crossing between the 10. And Striker is a great place to work. I'll be the first person to tell you. I met some great people there, and you know you always got to think of number one to number two to number three. And having fun is what it's all about. But the only problem is some people taking it personal to just having an appetite. So it's either for you or it isn't. But just know that you might be working with young and old and the elderly. So everyone there is important. So that way, but the problem is this: some sick joke. You're like, what the truck? Why am I working with people I used to know back then out of self defense in the eighth grade? Uh, I freaking picked someone off their legs and slammed them. And that's just how it is with anyone that puts their hands on me. And I tell myself, well, you grabbed me and I picked you up and dropped you. And that's just how it is for everyone. I put people in different holes, and they claim that they had problems afterwards. But that's just how it is when I feel that I am uh, confident that this is okay until I realized, oh shoot, it's probably the walking. But I don't understand, freaking, we baby the babies too much, too freaking. So yeah, man, it's just some BS, because even at Intel, the switch of hands, we have Sonny's godmother to Sonny's grandmother. So I'm like, I go anywhere, who else am I gonna meet? Or someone trying to take credit. Oh, we wanted someone of Irish and native of descent. Because I told Jesse, Leo, or Concentrics about Dublin. To freaking, I don't know, I think of some of my references, being Aaron, Joaquin, and Jasmine. And JS at one point was willing to take my last name to have our Ultima 2012 customized as Jazzy and Alex. So I tell myself, well, if you're really into someone, you gonna wanna take the last name like hold your legs back because that's just how it is. If you like me this much, you let me get it with all kinds of things. Just like me telling you what to do to freaking this okay in the relationship now. But you've been freaking great place to work, striker, into. And just couldn't understand why freaking you'd compare it to freaking sensitive gums. But I explained it in one of my episodes. El Brujo is what I read. So you just watching that recently to freaking make up your mind. I called by accident and just checking on everyone to freaking verifying if what shifts available because if others here are in need of a position that needs to be filled, then by all means they'll have an edge. There's really nothing to I mean, even when I go there and am under the impression it's a clean room, not even close, just by having the boxes, it's already releasing particles like a mother trucker. And someone out there confused that you couldn't anywhere sense. Maybe that, but this is no clean room. This is recalls, and the fastest way to acquire COVID, unless this is some sick joke where freaking this came off someone's body. I'm just wondering, freaking before sending it back, just that whole box already contaminated. It's freaking actually thinking this anything close to a clean room. But it is what it is. Freaking we're gonna cater to someone, and maybe someone feels threatened. I was just trying to transfer the manufacturing. That's where I belong. Someone feeling threatened that bad to replace, and I told you guys, freaking if shit hits the fan, because even Julie, when she wasn't feeling good, I had told her we'll go home and you know, go home and get evaluated. Hey, she had coughed in my face, like right in my face by the glove department, and I'm just like, what the fuck? If you're a man, I would have fucked you up, and that's true. Who the fuck do you think you are? I don't care if you're a stupid bitch. Don't ever fucking front that, cause I won't care. That's why when I hear stupid shit, I don't care because I'm here. What's gonna convince me to do anything I don't want to do if you couldn't do it since day one when it comes to the tenant sack? Because I talked about it, and all of a sudden you think that's a prime form of compromisation. All of a sudden we're all that dumb. Oh, I thought you didn't mind. It's like the day I decide, and it won't even matter if you're in your unit. That's how it is with bank robbery or with any freaking making your mind up and doing it. It's just gonna be that day till you realize, oh shit, now I'm at a receiving end. But the point is this: Malindro, malandro, 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 malandro. That's an alarm to me at that clothing store next to Wells Fargo at College Park Center. This guy from DF, Eric, and all respects to my brother, I call him Big Boy. Freaking stereotyping someone. I'm just like, well, has there been a crime committed to if they've shoplifted before? Then that's it. That's all they need to know, that they can't be here now. Oh,